Sounds good. Are we live?
We are live. Yeah,
Oh,
you jumped
cool.
in just like
Fantastic.
2 minutes late.
Well, I hope everyone's well, and I'm glad everyone is joining us for watching us kill some rats. I've actually just came off playing a TTS game of Age of Sigma, 2,000 points, and
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
yeah, it was great. I was using Archaon, host the Everchosen, using about 20 models, and my opponent was so annoyed with my Marauders, he has decided to play Vermintide later today as well, just to take his anger out on Marauders. So that is fantastic. That is why Vermintide is here. It is the answer to the Marauder problem of Age of Sigma. So it's
There
great.
you go. For a bit of a topic today, I was going to be chatting, and I saw you had a video out about it as well. The Warhammer Quest.
Yes.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? What's your gut reaction? We don't have to go into detail yet, but
Oh, first thing went through my mind was yes, yes, yes. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, I thought maybe it was the trailer to the new Vampire Allegiance coming out, Army. So I was overexcited. But when I realised it was Warhammer Quest, I'm pumped for it, man. Especially how I'm a big fan of those sort of not skirmish games, but sort of like D&D aspect. And I am a big fan of Silver Tower. So the fact that we're actually getting a new Warhammer Quest, and the fact that they've branded it as if it's like this is like a new one of our main games. So that means that we're going to support it a lot, which is even better to hear. And then the fact that it's actually in a sorry, I think I'm joining your game now. The fact that it's in a kingdom that's obviously now being ruled over by an undead tyrant from what we can see, and just the little clues we can have in the trailers of like maybe some new skeletons, a new take on Deadwalker zombies by the looks of things, which is cool.
yes,
And
yes.
yeah, so I am really happy with it. What I will also say is when you look at the map for the city, have you? I imagine did you go through and read the different points of the map?
I did. Yeah, let me
So,
turn the master volume so I can get your chat up because I
no
think
worries.
you might be having trouble hearing you.
Um,
Okay, there we go. Go ahead again.
Fantastic. I was
So,
going
yeah,
to say, if you
little
look,
areas.
if you look at the map for the Warhammer Quest Cursed City,
Yeah,
and I've loved it. They just called it the Cursed City. It's so easy to remember and pronounce.
I know,
Like
I know.
I think Ulfenkarn is what it's called, which is fairly easy once you said it for a couple of times.
Yes, yeah,
But
it's intimidating to look at, but the second you try pronouncing it like twice, like okay, Olfengard, I get it.
yeah, I think like doing the live review kind of the whole preview of me pronouncing it wrong several times, I eventually did it right for when I did the real video for it. So that was cool. But if you look at the map for it, there's different places. Each one of them sounds really thematic, and each one of them matches a death army. So it sounds like we could have a few new death models come out, which sound great fun. But one of the places is I think it's called like the Hang Tree or something like that, and it's like they say it's bat infested, but it was actually the old Sylvaneth ambassadry or embassy building. That's the word. Which is so Sylvaneth have embassies in different cities around the Mortal Realms. Embassies are in the Mortal Realms. I know that was like such a minute sort of thing I focus on, but that's awesome. Like, what does the Sylvaneth embassy look like? What is the ambassador like? How similar is it to our world? Like, I got really happy because it just made it seem like multicultural.
Yeah, well, and lived in, right? That these are races that like they've had to figure out how to live together for some time, and that that's what embassies are essentially. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I'll be getting it when it comes out, and the also new vampires for Warhammer Underworld are pretty rad.
Yeah, yeah. Give me one sec here. I just need to respond to someone, but I'll catch up with y'all.
No worries.
Flying Irishman, I'm sorry we have a full party just now, but we'll have someone duck out here in just a sec. All right.
Patrol.
I'm coming! I know, I feel bad. I'm supposed to be the tank, and I'm just like way in the back here.
So Doug, it's fine. We understand. We've got you. The tank needs to learn how to take the damage.
Exactly.
But I was going to what was I going to mention? I was going to say Curse City. When I did the extra video I did on it, it's because someone shared on my Discord, which I think was a leak maybe on Facebook, or maybe they announced it officially, was like a new artwork for Warhammer Curse City, which showed 4 of the champions fighting against the undead, right? And one of them was a City Sigmar guy, so that's cool, which wasn't apparent in the initial trailer. And there's also there's like Battle Mage or something as well. That wasn't initial. You're going to have 8 champions to choose from the launch game by the looks of things, and there's going to be 5 like death champions you're going to go against.
I'm kind of excited about that. I want to see what they come up with for the death champions.
Yeah, I think.
What
did I say? I'm always getting his name wrong, but like, I'm just going to call him the Gravekeeper, although I'm pretty sure that's not his name.
He's something awesome. Like that.
Yeah, he's. Have you ever heard of Dark Souls or like The Witcher?
I haven't played any of those, but I have heard of them. Yes, I'm familiar. I mean, he looks like something out of Silent Hill, which is kind of my gaming era.
Yeah, exactly. That really like dark aesthetic, isn't it?
Yep. That kind of like very macabre fantasy. Yeah, I'm there for that. That's the kind of stuff I love.
And would he be a Deadwalker? You know, could he be the first like Deadwalker hero? You know, could we see
the first not sad Deadwalker model?
yeah. I mean, like, I think the great thing about when I did that video yesterday, I'm saying this if it was a week ago, was that
when I was a wee lad making a video about.
Well, I was a wee lad before Warhammer Quest Curse City came out. I had hope and ambition, but it was just great because I could just speculate to my heart's content. It's like they mentioned rats. That could be Skaven! Obviously not. But I was a little... I've gotten over, like... I was a little bit sad that they didn't show us the Gravelord straight away. Because I was kind of hoping they would. But from what I understand, from what it looks like, they like did the whole article talking about potato camera, like kangaroos and everything. But they were not prepared to tell us about the new faction. Because even when they told us about the vampire, they said, who is this new, like, a bloodsucker on the, you know, who's joined the Mortal Realms? What does he mean? They didn't mention the faction name, so...
No, absolutely, yeah. And that's kind of the thing, like, I realized I had gotten disappointed, and then I was like, well, I'm disappointed because I had built up an unfair expectation. I thought just because they had revealed it that it was, like, ready. I'm like, nah.
Believe me, Doug, I saw your video title and it was it Vamps, Gimme Now or something?
Yes. Gimme.
Yeah. And also, I seen it where I think the Honest Wargamer did something, and maybe Anthony from The Coach or something, but a lot of people, I think there's people, but a lot of YouTubers and streamers focused on the vampire aspect and not the Lumineth side. And then it turns out we got the other way around. And I do think, like, although I want to be spoiled and get all the toys that I can't afford right now, we have so much, like, delayed and on a back release. Like, this is probably one of the far ahead we've seen for a while what Games Workshop release schedule is going to be. Like, we know Sinesh is coming out. We know the Lumineth are coming out. We know Warhammer Quest Curse City is coming out. We know a bunch of warbands are coming out. We know Techless is coming out. Like, there's so much. I'll tell you what, though, the story for the Techless book sounds pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to get your teeth kicked in there, Mr. Agent Nagash.
I don't think so. I will not be killed by a genie. No. I will be fine. Basically, as someone once put it in my... someone commented going, basically just this battle between two nerds. I was like, how dare you.
Yeah, I mean... you know, everyone's got a one-up re-rolling plot armor.
Yeah,
in that fight right there.
It's like people speculate, oh, maybe one of them will die. No, no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one of these models will be invalidated, and then every Nagash player just stares at their model, knowing it's the older one.
Exactly. Nagash
that would be that would be so sad.
But it's like. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like when someone like said like Nagash and Techless are just a couple of nerds, I kind of was like insulted at first, but then I was like, no, I can actually see Nagash actually collecting Warhammer.
Yep. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
And this is how he plots out his schemes. And Arcan's like the one in the family who, or the brother or something, who's along the lines like he's still playing with his toys at his age. You know, he is 20,001 at this stage. He should,
view
grow up. Then it's like, this is how I'm going to conquer the 8 points. Like, I'm sure you are. Boss, I'm sure you're going to conquer it like that.
Yeah, this
one's called Catacross. Of course he is. It's just all in his mind.
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful 8 points. Fabulous 8 points. Better 8 points than you've ever seen.
Make the 8 points great again.
Me.
And then if he doesn't, and then obviously not to spoil the story of our own reality and the Mortal Realms, if he doesn't take the 8 points, then it wasn't a fair war. There we go. Not a fair war. So how I dive into before we talk too much about politics on this show.
You get myself in trouble.
I know. I kind of had to take a stance when things got a bit silly, and then don't talk about it after.
You're good. Exactly. You're doing great. So let me ask you this. So this is a question that actually came up in one of the comments of a video. I don't remember which video. It was a while back. But when the vampires come out, do you expect that they will be subservient to Nagash, or that they'll have kind of a little bit more freedom, kind of like how the Flesh Eater courts have, where their lore doesn't? I think it allows them to not care about Nagash at all.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting question, right? And what I believe, until someone comments on this video in 2 years' time and proves me wrong with the facts, is that
exactly. Yeah,
what we've got.
You idiot! How come you couldn't see that coming?
please see the date of this video. But you're right. Are you down? So what I think. Actually, I'm going to use this bomb because everyone seems to be in trouble. Well, it turns out
I'm sorry, I'm really not helping the team. I'm
That's
talking
all right.
too much.
It turns out I just killed one Skaven slave with that bomb, so it was all worth it, right? Cool. Right, yeah, sorry, to answer your question. So, I think... There's more of them. I think that it will be kind of a... They're not like... They're not part of Legion... Okay, what I actually think will be in the rules is that maybe this will just be the new Legions of Nagash and it will turn to a Cities of Sigma book, which I think would be cool. My skeleton models are still in date. Zombie models can be updated because I don't own any of those. But I think it's going to be a way for them to clear up Legions of Nagash because it's a little bit messy at the moment. So I think they'll do that. But in terms of the lore, I think the vampires with their own cities, I think there'll be the majority of them.
I died right before the freaking med kits. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
I know. You're right. You probably did. Shiza.
I got trapped.
So I think what will happen is that there'll be some vampires, majority of them, that own kingdoms, very much like I know you talked about it in our latest video, which was about how to get excited about Soulblight and vampires, which is Neferata, the Dominion of Bones, is it? I believe it's called Dominion
there's
of Blood
and
Bones.
Bones, and they're both great.
Yeah. So with that, it gives you a really good insight on what vampire cities are like. Majority are filled with humans, as they're kind of like cattle, but there is a higher aristocracy, right? And I think that's what it'll be like. And I also think that most of these vampire cities, or what I'm trying to get to, will pay tithes to Nagash. They're given kind of their own freedom, city-states. They're not as tied to Nagash as the Bone Reapers are, as an example.
Right.
But
that's a great idea.
But they have to pay a tithe, and when Nagash calls them to battle, they have to fight, right? That's what I think it is. But I think there might be that one or two rogue city just for the people who don't want to be tied to Nagash. And then, maybe how we've seen Ambleguard change, things like... It's technically a Cities of Sigma army, but it's not a city. I think that's how it works. So I think it could be interesting. To be honest with you, the best thing I like about it, it's going to sound a bit weird, is not knowing, I think.
Yeah.
Because then it can be the best of everything, right? If I don't know what it is. I think they will be loyal to Nagash. And we've actually talked about on this, when we've done one of these before, where we just said, be interesting to see more death factions, like the Flesh Eater Courts, that aren't tied to Nagash. I just feel like the Flesh Eater Courts are almost like taking away my love for them. They're almost like a blight on the land, right? There's almost like a curse, and they're almost like a pestilence themselves, where it's just like an infection. You can't really get rid of them because the madness is a curse as well. And whereas the vampires, I really feel like if Nagash wanted to just obliterate the vampires, he would. They're easier to deal with, I think. So I think they have to kind of be tied to him. And I think, and the vampires have benefits, right? Because vampires, the majority of them, are all self-serving creatures that just want to, because they're going to be on this in the mortal realms forever. If all things go well, they want to be as powerful as they can, right? So they want to. A little bit of people are used to Skaven backstab each other,
right?
To go higher up, in vampiric courts and stuff. And I think they know that if they suck up to their big daddy being Nagash, there's. Yeah, I think after this big round, I think what I'm on about is that like vampires are very self-serving, so they will suck up to Nagash. Not drink his blood, not literally that much, but they'll suck up to Nagash to reap as many benefits to get one over their rivals.
Yeah,
I think it's really interesting, and I have so many ideas.
I think for me, I what I'd like to see is I'd like it written that they have a lot of potential to be more self-sufficient. But obviously, I think that there is a point in time where Nagash is like, at some point, you need to at least shut up and like listen to me.
Yeah, I think sorry, I didn't rush you down and knock me off.
No, you're good.
I think what we need a big thing here I haven't mentioned so far is we have to realise that Nagash's end game is it's fun. Nagash's end game is Ostrich Bone Reapers. He's enacted his master plan now, and he has no real need. He has no real need for vampires. So if they don't want to fight for him, vampires were first, unless they changed the law in Age of Sigmar, they were made by a mistake. Not even Nagash's mistake, someone trying to take Nagash's work,
right?
By Neferata, and not getting the mixture right. So Nagash has no real love for these children he's created, which is why the vampires will serve him out of fear. I think it's it's a really interesting subject, and I really wish I had more of a straightforward answer to that question.
No, there isn't one, and that's fine. That's fine. Let's see here. Let's do it with the chat here. Let's see. The new quest looks gorgeous. Although, what is it? Wargamer Really, has anyone played Silver Tower before? I played 2 rounds of it. What's it like building your own board every time? Honestly, there's a local store that has Shadows over Hammerhall, which is similar. It's not quite the exact same. And I'm very tempted to go buy that just to get some tiles that I can use for the other games coming out. But essentially, it's pretty cool. You each take.
I really enjoyed it, Silver Tower.
Yeah, it was great. I think I played 3 rounds or so. As the this is my worst game yet. I chose this character because I was good at using him. Dang. Okay.
I'm sorry if I make it look bad. It's just inevitable, really. But I know what I really like. Just the little things is just the contradiction of what we're used to, where you have a barbarian who's Dark Oath fighting alongside a Stormcast for their both survival. But there's also bits in Silver Tower when you realise that only one of you needs to survive.
Yep.
So you can start. I think you can attack each other. And so it's a great game. I'll be honest, I haven't smashed it. I've probably played 5 games in total since it was released, but I really enjoyed it. And if it wasn't for Situation Worlds, and right now I probably would play a lot more, because you can get a lot of games done in an evening or something. It's a little bit similar to Warcry, which is a nice change of pace. I've got a question for you though. So, Warhammer Quest, Cursed City. Do you think each one of those places on the map, and are you going to do a video on the Warhammer Quest?
A dedicated video?
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point I will. Okay. But I don't have any. I'm going to wait until I have more details for sure.
You can do a lore video. There's in 5 minutes if you want. But so
yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So the Cursed City, when you have all these different bits on the map, like we mentioned, there's a charnel pit. There's a graveyard. There's catacombs. There's the Sylvaneth Embassy that we mentioned. Are all these places just going to be Mission 1 is the fight in the catacombs? Mission 2 is the fight in the Sylvaneth embassy. Or are they going to be different expansions? Game 1,
that's an interesting idea.
Off the launch, you just fight in certain parts of the city, And then if you want to get the next expansion, because I don't play Blackstone Fortress, but I know there's lots of expansions that have came out for that, by the looks of things.
There have been, but you could. I did play that one. Actually, I played that one more than Silver Tower because Games Workshop sent it to me. That one, it's interesting because they do give you like the quote unquote final ending. So like if we're making equivalents to Quest, it would be like you would get to that final tower place.
Yeah.
But all the expansions really just bulked up the Blackstone Fortress like on the way to it and made it more interesting. So I imagine, I mean, I can't foresee it'd be vastly different from that, where like I think you're going to have a complete story arc and go to all the places in the core game, but those places can get a lot more life from things like all the expansions. So, like for example, let's say they come out with the Sylvaneth Embassy, right? You're going to be able to go there in the core game, but later on they're going to release just a pack of like 6 gnarly death-themed Sylvaneth models, and then that's how you'll actually be able to expand and play that out later on.
Yeah, I think that could be really cool. I mean,
that's my speculation, but that's kind of what I like to see, because I don't know. I don't know if I could handle that much excitement of like undead Sylvaneth. I'm like, yes.
Have you listened to the audio drama of like the Gotrek series, the first one?
Yes, when he first enters the realms.
First enters the realms. At some point, he bites off the nose of a fire slayer. Like that's that Gotrek one. When he goes into the realm of death, there's actually a bit where there's actually got distracted by the storm. There's actually a bit where I believe he's being chased by undead, chaos corrupted Sylvaneth, which is just like a hell of a title, right? Because like undead, chaos corrupted Sylvaneth, I mean, would be great, and I really think like some. I think it would be fantastic. I just the best thing for me about Warhammer Quest, if you were to ask me on the Cursey, is just the endless possibilities that we won't get all of them, but we hopefully will get some of them. Even if they just release courtier models for Fleshier Courts without having to.
Oh my
buy a
gosh!
pack
Yes,
of them.
where you have unique courtiers.
Yeah, could you imagine that? So you didn't actually have to buy a whole box for one model.
Ah! Oh, got the Bloomideer in the face.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
That's all right. So yeah, I think this is my favourite part of Warhammer Quest Curse City.
Speculation,
because we don't know much, so I'm banging on getting all of it. I want everything. I think. Well, I suppose another question we can ask about it is, when's it going to come out?
You know, whenever I see these reveal events, typically to me, I kind of say this is what GW is doing for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of my, and it's not based, you know, to say that is a accurate assessment is not necessarily true. You know, I'm keeping no notes, I'm doing no math, as is the 2+Tough way. But I do think that's probably pretty reasonable. Given that, like, you know, even though they didn't show us the vampires, they're in production, and we saw the what do you call it? The packaging for the vampire one when it was leaked. And so it's like, it's almost there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not super far.
Yeah, exactly. By summertime, like, I do think there could be a box between Death and Lumineth, potentially. After seeing
someone had mentioned that, and I was like, oh, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I am. After the preview, I think if there is, it's going to be old Death models. And what they might do is chuck it up. There we are, Savvy Conk. What they might do is go, guys, here is a box of Death versus Sylvaneth. Not Sylvaneth, sorry, Lumineth, all look the same. And in the Death side, here are loads of zombie models. Because we're definitely not going to just update the zombie models like we did with all the Riders for the Sinesh stuff. Like, it seems like, oh man, this is such a good deal for Hell's Riders, whatever they're called. And here are the new Hell's Riders. Like,
oh my, yes. That,
I can see them doing something like that, personally. Because I reckon, so we might get this box when Techless book drops. And then in the summer, so a few months later, they then go, here's all the new Death stuff. That is my prediction. before the preview, it was like we might get the new stuff, but now I think they're going to sell us the old stuff in a box, and then try and sell us new stuff after that as well. And I'm not saying Games Workshop is the type of company that will do that. I'm just basing it purely on their history.
I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm saying they've done bad things. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just repeating their history.
And you just stop laughing. It makes me bad at the game. I just got totally sideswiped.
Oh my god, I've enjoyed myself. I'm now dead. This game knows when to pick vulnerable moments.
Yes, exactly. Oh, you're obviously streaming here. Let's make the chat more exciting. And you're like, no.
No, please no. Yeah, but I think that's what we're going to get from the dev. I literally did when I reviewed the Techless Broken Realm book article we got. One of the big things I was like, I'm going to be really clever and predict they're going to release a box set or a box set on the preview, which was on Saturday, and I'm like, boom, first one to say it, I'm amazing. I was wrong, and no one reminded me about it in the comments, which was lovely.
See, that's the best thing about predictions. You know, you can be like the Warhammer Weekly guys and just throw 1,000 out there and celebrate the 5 you got right, and nobody remembers the rest.
Exactly. Nobody remembers the one that didn't work.
Before people think I'm an absolute douche, that's a reoccurring joke that I have with them in their chat on Facebook. Is just like,
good.
They're always asking about predictions, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do predictions.
Exactly.
Ask my wife. I'm wrong enough.
I often get told I'm wrong. I'm yet to see any evidence. But,
exactly.
It's all about peacekeeping. It's all about. I like to say that I'm always on a UN mission. All about the peacekeeping. And
let's see. Ooh, there's a big hulking line of folks.
Yeah, that's a. I think what I like is if this was Age of Sigmar, we'd be more scared of the 5 Marauders than the Chaos Warriors.
That's exactly
I have to bring up the Chaos Warrior joke every time we fight against them, because being killed by a Chaos Warrior is not possible. Oh, there's a few of them.
Yeah, that's Age of Sigmar logic. Also, if Beastmen were half as good in AOS as they are in this game, that would be a real treat for every Beast of Chaos player.
It's just it's that bit, isn't it, where you like someone finally reveals the secret of Beast of Chaos and it's like, wait, but hang on, it's all chaff, and then someone's just behind them with a handgun going, it always has been
exactly, yeah. Always has been. That's not what I wanted to do. Here we go.
Oh, Wolf, I know.
I almost tried to aggressively drink a potion at him. So as far as, let's see, other stuff that I want from Quest, yeah, I think hopefully their success with Blackstone Fortress makes it so that this is going to be a kick-ass thing that's very expandable and
not Silver Tower and then Hammerhall, which no problem with any of those games, but I want it to just be the Cursed City for a while.
Well, and no problem with either of them, but they're different. Like, I didn't realize... So, Quest over Hammerhall requires a GM, like a dedicated...
Oh, okay, I haven't played it.
So it's not just that they're separate settings, it's just they're different games.
Okay, that's
and as far as the party goes, it's pretty much identical. So, the people playing, it wouldn't feel super different, but the way that, things and environments are generated is GM based. So it's kind of weird. So it's like, man, just pick one and lean into it. Like exactly what you said. Yeah, let's just have...
I just feel like, because then you get, as any customer would like, you just get more for your money, don't you? Like, if you invest into a game, like, if I get this game, then I get some expansions, and then it's like, oh, we brought out the new one. And it's like, oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not
yes,
saying...
I'll die.
Yeah, it's like... Exactly, and it's like the way to do that, obviously, as any company, you want to make the most money you can from something, fair play.
Oh, for sure. There's nothing wrong with that.
But if they, instead of putting their own money in inventing a new game, if they just expand upon Cursed City, I think it would be cool. And I think, don't get me wrong, I'd really like to play, like I've always said, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. But because it involves a dedicated DM, it then surely eliminates the 2-player market.
Yes, exactly.
Which is, I think, one of the reasons why I didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an important market to get in the, just knowing their specific audience of just people who really like playing games with like two other friends, that kind of thing.
Exactly, and especially in for most of the world these times where if you can only play with people from your household, let's say, you might so if you're not struggling, fantastic, but if you are struggling, you might find it hard to find another 2 people in your household that like Warhammer, maybe. But no, it's cool, right? So it'd be interesting to see what they do on Cursed City. The Blackstone Fortress, does that require a DM?
To my knowledge, no. The games that I've played, maybe they introduced it like through an expansion that I didn't buy or they didn't send me, but as far as I know, no.
Cool. Unless they're just keeping it a secret from you for some reason.
Yeah, no, yeah. The secret DM and like, oh man, this game's way too easy. It's because no one's making dungeons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird.
Am I gonna die? I think I am gonna die. But it's okay because I've had fun. I can die happy. Why? Okay, I'm gonna die. I love it if you just look in the corner and it says I killed myself. I mean, surely I should get an achievement for that. But out of everything that was revealed, Warhammer Quest Cursed City was my favourite. The Underworld vampires. Do you want to talk about those? Like, which one was your favourite? Did you like them, first off?
Yes, they are incredible. They're everything I wanted in a vampire. As far as anything else, as far as a favorite one, it's kind of a tie. It's a tie between the woman that we had the initial preview for, who I'm assuming is the leader of the warband. I'm not sure.
I like the hairstyle. Like,
yes,
take me back to
then. So I love that. What else did I like? Oh, my favorite by far was the guy who has the uber long mace and he's just standing there with it like.
Yes, the one guy who's not standing on a rock.
Yes, yeah, basically.
Yeah. But just how intimidating. He looks like the boss you would come across. Like if that was from Cursed City where there is those sort of boss fights, he's just standing there like next to a throne or something, and it's just like.
Because to me, like that's just the best thing about he honestly looks like he's geared for war, but he's also bored, which is just like the best combination of like, I have been alive longer than your people can fathom, all this kinds of stuff. And he's just standing there like, I'm ready, but I'm not excited.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like
which is pretty much every 40k player after that after that reveal show.
Yes. I'll be honest, like the amount I care about 40k, I was on the lines of like they can miss the first bit. Like not in a bad way, but like, come on, show me the Age of Sigmar stuff. You always leave it to the last. What I will say though is I'll be damned if there was any Lumineth players disappointed. It's like got enough models now.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry, just me being really bitter for the vampires. But no, I think also the guy in the mace, he looked like Manfred. He's got the lamps on his head, which whatever that means. Maybe let's do ultimate speculation. He's a von Carstein. Why not? For some reason. But you've also got the guy who looked like Conrad von Carstein. Do you know who he is? Oh, sorry, you guys still up there. Do you know
like lore-wise, I have no idea who he is. But are you asking like, do I know about the von Carstein like lineage?
So he's one of the famous ones for the von Carstein lineage. Basically, you've got Vlad, you've got Manfred, and probably Isabella was then the third important one, and then you've got Conrad. And Conrad was a.
Gronk, we're about to ditch you, bud. If you don't keep moving.
He is he right?
I think he might have clicked out of the game because it does go to like a shield mode.
All right.
If I click out of my screen.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm gonna patch up real quick anyway.
That's all right. We can hold off. We're on the end bit anyway. I was just going to say, he's not going to be Conrad von Carstein, but basically he had red armour, he had like long black hair, he was mad, he was surrounded by bats, and he...
Oh, yes, I do know, yeah.
And do you know what rule he had at the start of Age of Sigmar?
I do not.
It was something along the lines of, if you talk to Conrad, you get to reroll hit rolls. If he talks back, you get to reroll hit rolls and wound rolls.
I love it.
Which is, I'm personally, I know a lot of people use those rules as an example of why Age of Sigmar was the worst thing ever since the Nazi Party. But what I will say is that I love those. I love those crazy rules.
I'm moving on.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the ones where like everybody could do. What I didn't like was the dwarf stuff where it's like if you have a bigger beard than your opponent, it's like okay, well.
All right.
You either have a beard or you don't.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
you're really going to
you
get... I mean,
can-
you got to take measures, haven't you? So you can if you need to.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
No,
Well,
I guess we
I
really
remember Cetra, the Imperishable, had the rule of if you ever kneel at any point during the game, you've lost. Got to be really careful how you get those reinforcement troops out of your bag. Oh, we got to...
I'm thinking about disbanding the party here if he doesn't pick back up.
I mean, we're not the US Marine Corps, as we've already stated. Can
We'll
you...
do
I
that.
don't want to be mean, but yeah.
No. We got to keep it moving. I mean, and I just assumed that he had some kind of computer problems because it was right at the end. Like, let's see. Oh, we have a question here from Matthew. Hey guys, Matt from Dice Sagas. What's up, buddy? Was driving and listening when you guys were talking about it, but I think Broken Realms Techless will wound Nagash somehow enough that the vampires can break free.
That is a very interesting
Ooh.
thought that we didn't talk about.
So everybody, I'm going to restart a new party here. Let's let Flying Irish, buddy, get yourself ready. We're going to kick it off. Even though I had to cut out of it because we had a party member kind of freeze up, I'm going to say we won that one. Okay,
Yes.
there you go. Agent Nagash joined the game. Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, I just to answer like Matt from Dice. So yeah, I hope you're doing well, mate.
Hey.
Looking forward to watching something. Oh, talking about that, you're one of their videos, weren't you? The last one, played a dwarf, from what I remember.
Yeah, so yes, I was, and I now having listened to it, I'm like, first of all, I hate the sound of my own voice.
Yep.
But
Hate editing.
also,
Hate editing.
I wish that I had made the two Duarden voices more distinct. So I was like, that sounds like a wasted opportunity.
It's okay. I occasionally understood what they were talking about, but no, it was good fun, right? I haven't actually watched all of it, but I've watched like half of it, which is cool. Really, if anyone's hasn't watched their stuff, definitely go over there. They make like I use the word like beautifully crafted narrative battle reports because they are really nice and made with love. But to answer his question, I think that's a really good idea. I think personally, like Nagash can never be weakened. So we'll just chuck that out there. But,
Not like you have any kind of bias or whatever, right?
I have no bias towards the one glorious God. Like I was watching one of your videos like the other day, and I got not in an argument with someone in the chat, but I basically had to defend Nagash from about 5 people. He's Six Sigma bringing souls back to fight against their own will, slowly losing their humanity. I mean, not saying there's contradiction, but no one's fantastic. And if Nagash gets his way, everybody dies, and there's no free will. Chaos gods can go away. So, but if you were to ask, like, if it was like I doubt it's going to be a one-on-one fight, Teclis versus Nagash. But if that was, I do feel like, without trying to be biased, I do feel like Nagash's power level is just a bit higher. Like,
I feel than Teclis?
Yeah.
Specifically? I don't know, man. That's a toughie.
I mean, what you got to ask yourself, is it better to have an automatic one spell cast in a game or get a +3 to cast? If that's how we're going with who's more powerful. No, but it's interesting. I think there's the idea that Teclis fights Nagash. Teclis hurts Nagash, but Nagash is about to kill Teclis, or, well, not kill him, but injure him or whatever. And then Tyrion comes and saves the day. Like, there is that idea.
Yeah, that's definitely reasonable, I would say. For me, I wasn't even thinking about their like actual models. I was actually just thinking about what they've done in the lore so far. Because I'm trying to think. So like Nagash, he has the Necroquake. What else has he done? Like spell wizard, he made the Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
He made Bone Reapers, didn't he? And that's what he spent a lot of his effort doing. He's for the most part to be honest, I'm going to go on a limb when I say this, but maybe for the most part has he claimed back Shaiish? Like, trying to think, or is Chaos still as rampant as it normally is?
He's at least taken back some important parts of it.
Yeah. Can I just say, like, Nagashazar, he has got infernal burning lanterns that are alight by the souls of the Chaos Lords that took over Nagashazar, and they will scream and in pain for all eternity and never know rest. Like, I'm just going to say, if Teclis is going to make a move against Nagash, take him out. Do not leave any, I'll come back and get you another time. Because Nagash does not forget these things. And he...
No.
Nagash is the king of irony, right? He knows how to really play on how to recreate souls.
I guess... So here's why I think... Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're just waiting on one more person's going to join us here in a hot sec. But then I think about Teclis, who... Let's go through his rap sheet, okay? So he created a magical prison for Slaanesh that's held in for centuries upon centuries, because it was all throughout the Age of Myth.
That's kind of good, I suppose. Like, maybe...
Wait. He made a new people, and then... it's the Deepkin, so he kind of shushed him away. But then he made a second new people, a favorite stepchild.
Yep. The Boromir family story, isn't it?
Yeah, he knows how to do magics that can mend tears in reality and permanently close rifts to chaos. And he created the illusion that kept Azir safe from the forces of chaos, so that they couldn't see Sigmar building the Stormcast Eternals.
Why don't you go marry him if you like him so much?
I'm just saying,
Age
of Teclis, # channel change.
Channel change. Could you imagine if Teclis wins and Nagash is there? And I'm going to have to go, hello everyone, welcome back to Age of Teclis. And in this video,
exactly.
we're talking about just have to sell all my death armies. Joking aside, you make some very good points. And it'll be interesting to see. I'm surprised that it's Teclis. Because I think it would be really cool if Destruction got a big. So if it was either, what's his name? Not Skarsnik. He's the head of the Gloomspite Gits. What's his name again?
The Loon King.
Yeah, the Loon King. What's his? What's his name?
Why can't I think of his name? I can see his face.
So let's get it wrong.
It's not
Skarsnik the Loon King, which is definitely not what it is. I think it would be cool. Literally, I did a lore video on him. Skragroth. Is that Skragroth? Is that it? Skragroth?
Skragoth. Let's see.
Skragrot, isn't it? Like a grot. I seem to remember that bit. I'm getting this up on the Age of
It's okay.
Sorry.
We only have two YouTube personalities here who can't figure this out.
I did a lore video of him on Ages, not long ago.
It is correct. So it is Skagrot, no H at the end, but yes, you are
awesome.
Correct.
So Skragrot, or Grot, whatever his name is, or Gordrak should get a Broken Realms book. That's what I want, and Destruction needs it. I think it'd be nice because when I do my lore videos, I only covered name characters and stuff, and I really feel sorry for Destruction because I've already covered them and they only got 2. It'd be nice if one of them got some love. I think it'd be cool. And update Gordrak's model. So not update his model, but update his rules for his model. So it's make him really too strong so everybody takes him for about a month until they fix it, because I really feel like he probably doesn't see enough time on the table.
All right, we have... no, I totally agree. Go ahead and finish that thought. I'm sorry. I was going to introduce our new guest.
No, it's just because I think he's always suffered from the problem where Gordrak's good, but for cheaper I can have the normal one, give him the command trait and an artifact, and then he's better than the named character who's the best one. He literally appeared by... Gork's fist went to smash... Well, Gork and Morga's fist went to smash into a Chaos Fortress. Was the only thing that could defeat it. This massive Dreadhold. And then he was the only thing that came out of the rubble. He has such a cool backstory, and he needs cool things.
No, absolutely.
Because also, sorry, I was just going to say, what's the end game for the Auric War clans? It's just a good time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
sorry.
the end game. Is just fun, entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Same with the ogres as well, which I did quite a bit of a lore in a video I've got coming out tonight for them, so I really enjoyed it. But sorry, what was your point you were going to say?
Oh, I was going to introduce our guest. So Sonomancer, who is the last person who joined our party, is actually the creator of that awesome intro tune that you hear. So whenever I start a lore video and you see the little intro I have with the awesome music, that's it. That's his. Right. So go check him out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the name of his channel?
Same thing, Sonomancer.
Cool. That's funny. Yeah, I'll give him a look. Nice.
Yeah. I try to point people his way whenever I can. So, yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. Like stepping back just a smidge, I could absolutely see a Death versus Lumineth box for sure. I'm sure it would have old models, except for like one, hyper hard to find vampire lord that you can't get anywhere else, except if you know somebody in China or some stupid thing like that, because that's how it tends to work.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, like a really old model or something? What do you mean? Like
No, I just mean like an exclusive to the box set that's just really hard to get otherwise. So it makes you buy a whole bunch of models you already own just to get the unique hero.
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying Games Workshop's going to do that, but going by history, that's how we do everything.
No, absolutely. There's an assassin right there.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, they could be probably. But to be honest, there's only been a few times when those heroes have been good. Because at first, like,
that's true.
When the Archregent came out, was fantastic, right? You had to have him in a Flesh of the Court army, and you still do. But a lot of the other ones haven't actually been that. The Tyrant. If we're talking about what looks cool, that's completely different. But I just mean in.
No, I'm trying to think. The Tyrant was one where he's a beefcake of a unit for sure.
Oh,
he can be.
Can I just say this door is normally always open? But don't know if you. Cool, that's fine.
So, essentially, after Broken Realms Techless, I want Broken Realms Gordrak.
Yeah, give me Gordrak.
So bad.
I don't want to start complaining about anything, but we've had 2 Broken Realm books so far.
But here we go.
But I don't want to make a fuss, but here we go. So.
Fuss initiated.
I think there's only going to be 5. I think I remember reading that somewhere.
I thought there were 2, yeah.
And in the first article they ever put up about Broken Realms, I think they said 5. And 2 of them already about elves. Which...
Well, I had also heard a rumor that they're all going to be elf themes. Like there's going to be Alariel, there's going to be maybe Tyrion? I don't know. But,
I have one word to say back to that in a very British way. Great.
In a very British way.
Can't wait for that. No, it's cool for the elves, right? I suppose. But it's just the last one focused a lot on Deepkin as well. And it's kind of like, I really wanted update rules for my Legions and Nagash, and they're not even getting that in the new book of the Techless. Do you know, I really hope, though, what the Techless book is going to have. Because it's got updated battalions, it said, because on the community they said, they'll have updated battalions for a list of armies, Cities of Sigmar, Flesh Eater Courts, Ostrich Bone Reapers, can't remember the other one, Making of Nurgle, I think it was, and Cities of Sigmar, I really hope they give them a little bit more rules, for more sub-allegiances for other cities, and I really hope they're deaf cities. Really hope.
Yes.
And then it's the deaf and the living. If you watch, listen to, we've already said this multiple times, Nagash the Undying King, you think it's all going to be about Nagash. The plot is, kind of, but the actual storyline, it follows a bunch of humans that in their society, they actually fight alongside their ancestors, which is amazing. And they should definitely make a sub-allegiance so you can do that in-game. 100%. I'd
love it.
Yeah, it would be a really cool city, right? And then, it's called Cities of Sigmar. And, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to worship Sigmar. I'm really interested. I don't know if anyone's already answered this in the chat or something when I brought up earlier, or what are their thoughts. But, the new, the Marathi Broken Realm book, and there were new Cities of Sigmar allegiances in there?
Yes.
There were 2 new ones. Are they actually called Cities of Sigmar? Because I know in the story, obviously, worship Marathi. So are they actually called Cities of Sigmar? Or... are they called something else?
Hold on a second. I just saw assassin. Oh, that.
I didn't get him.
That guy left 50 feet. Okay, now I got a little trait guy down here.
Only assassins that good in the game, right? I normally play.
Okay, I'm sorry. Head back to the chat.
Cool, thank you.
Sorry, I got myself turned around. What was your question? You were asking me something?
My question was, and I don't know if anyone's going to answer this in chat, but Cities of Sigmar from the Broken Realms Marathi book.
Are they actually cities?
Yeah, are they actually cities of Sigmar, for rule purposes? Is that what they're called?
I believe so.
Because,
I mean, it's an addendum to that book.
so then that means that new Cities of Sigma or updated rules we're going to get from Techlist doesn't necessarily mean they have to worship Sigma, so they could worship Nagash or another Deathly Patron.
I would imagine. I mean, that's talked about. So that's something that comes up in the lore, but we never see in any of the armies where it's like there are dwarves who worship Sigmar, and there's Sylvaneth who revere Kurnoth instead of just Alariel. I mean, there's diversity in their beliefs.
I just wish
And
they'd
I'd
put
love
them
to
to
see it.
rules. Right. I think it would be awesome. Yeah, because I mean there's loads of ways you can justify conversion opportunities for like I don't know, like you could well, you can always play, you know, I was going to say mercenary companies, but I don't know if they're in the game anymore to try and mix up like the living and the dead. But it'd be nice. Just
Yeah, I don't know if we're past that as a game or what. I don't know. They kind of just dropped that one.
Yeah, it was kind of like, here's this new thing. What happened to it? Like I was a bit.
Yep.
I'd say the problem they did is they made it not good enough, so it wasn't worth taking. So no one took it, and then they thought, oh, no one likes the idea, and it's like actually we just implemented it a little bit better. I think
You just did it in the least fun way possible.
Oh no, I got killed by a zombie. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sacrificing yourself to save me. I do appreciate this, and I'm definitely not running away. I'm just making sure your sacrifice isn't in vain. Oh, he's still alive. Good. But
Fat guy was up there and I missed him. Okay.
yeah. Oh, here's another question because I just feel like today we've just like there's been so much news to cover.
I know.
What do you think of Foxy Gazelles? A Foxy Gazelle lady? Do you know what I'm referring to?
the actual
Like,
singular flying model.
I love it that I can say this in Age of Sigmar and people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I really do like it. I will be honest, I like it. Part of me wishes Lumineth had launched with that instead of instead of the bull aesthetic. Because like so in Lumineth you have like the core dudes and then you have the different aspects of them. So
Yeah.
the bull's one, the wind stuff is the kangaroos. And I kind of wish that they had launched with that just because I just like it so much more. It's just so rad.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a saucer on me.
Do you like them or no? You don't like them?
What, the cows?
Not the cows. No, I meant the kangaroo guys.
gazelle. Kangaroos or gazelles?
We'll go gazelles, whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, you've got the kangaroos or, like, when I mean gazelle, I mean, like, the archer one.
I didn't realize he was on an edge. I thought,
Oh, no.
we're all dead.
This is fine. This is fine.
Is there any way to just let go? I thought you were, I'm sorry.
You put far
I
too
thought
much
he was
trust in me.
laying down. I was like, oh, I'll hop down and help him. And then I fell off the edge. What a dingus.
I was loving life, and then you know when you get captured by like a sorcerer, so you can't move, and I was like, oh, this is how it ends. And then you had the Waywatcher. Sorry, I can't remember the name. Terrible names. Gonna try and pronounce it. Sonomancer. Tried to save me, but got knocked down. Are we doing one more?
Let's see. Yes.
Because what we'll do, if we're doing one more...
Would you mind, Mikey, grabbing a different character? I want to see. Sonomancer said that he has only ever played the Fire Mage.
Literally just about to say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the Bounty Hunter. So you can do that.
There you go.
That's fine. I think it's great that there's 5 characters as well, because then it just gives flexibility.
Yep.
Just remind myself of how this guy works. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Into the nest. Actually, I do really like this mission. We'll do this.
Cool.
He says thank you on a personal chat with me. You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah, you're fine, mate. Cool. Yeah, we'll do this one. I know a hack to this one right at the end, so you'll be happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But the last one I do enjoy. It's really cool, but there's just far too many rivers and stuff to get knocked into, and then just to hang there. So like, if you get pushed, if you go made flying by a dragon, not a dragon ogre, dragon ogres, Vermintide, make it happen. But a rat ogre, it kind of sucks when you all die because you all just end up getting knocked over. But,
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Talking about the when I meant the gazelle, I meant the new one that's got like the archer. And when I mean the kangaroos, I mean like the kangaroo dinosaur looking ones. So the gazelle looking one with the archer and the foxtail one, I think she's cool. And then the kangaroos, I'm all on board. Personally, I don't mind the wacky stuff. I think kangaroo cavalry. Why not? It's part of what makes Age of Sigmar really cool.
Yeah. I like the extreme fantasy kind of take. Apparently, the FAQ that people have been waiting for is
yes. Well, is that news?
I think so. I was just turning my phone off, and I saw that someone had talked about there's an FAQ, I think, for at least Broken Realms Marathi, but then, I mean, I don't know if that one was already out, but...
Oh, it wasn't. Is there an FAQ already? It's the Winter FAQ came. Is that what you're telling me here? Has Doug announced, has 2+Tough, Tough announced that the FAQ has dropped?
Let me go check it out real quick. My guy's going to freeze for a hot sec.
That's okay. We need to go on a list anyway. So
Warhammer Urge of Sigmar. There are a whole host of uploads. Actually, there's Errata's.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Flesh Eater Court, Seraphon base sizes. Actually, yeah. Night Haunt, Lumineth, Carriage and Overlords, Malign Sorcery, and Core Rules, yeah. So I still don't...
That's big. That is big.
Oh, yeah. And there is Broken Realms Marathi. Yeah.
Basically, it's been preventing me making a lot of content because I don't know if anything's going to change and make my videos invalid. But no, that's cool.
Just do what I do and just be wrong.
just do what I do and just be wrong and own it. Own it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. I can do. But I like to keep the comment section as clean as I can. But no, that's cool. It also meant that people who wanted to buy new stuff were like, when people want to buy like a bang on 2,000 point army, as an example, they can do that now, knowing that it's not going to be made invalid, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's good because especially how they normally drop it in December, and then I wouldn't have minded if they just didn't do an FAQ this year, but because they just didn't tell us what they were doing, it just made it quite hard to list deals.
Yeah,
and stuff.
No, that's fair. I think I think they need to learn about corporate communication, like to customers. That's always been, I think, a weakness.
Because I think we as a customer base, we are. Oh no! Oh good. We can get back up. As a customer base, we are really committed. We are, we don't know. I'm gonna say love the company, but we love the products they produce. So we are happy to help them with their customer communication. And it's just you're done. It's one of those things where it's we understand there hasn't been a lot of games this year, so if you don't want to do an FAQ, that makes sense. But just tell us. Is that another? Oh, have I
got rocked by a
party?
Packmaster, by an assassin, and a wizard all at once. Okay, we're doing good.
We're all good. Where's the wizard? Do we finish it?
Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Squiggle McDeluxe says, "Say hello to my boy Ross, please. Tell him I love him." I don't know who Ross is, but Squiggle McDeluxe loves you.
There we go. That's a proposal right there.
I should do like a radio show voice. Shout out to Ross.
Ross down in California.
Says, hey.
You gotta do it from the 1940s. So it had to really certain pitched microphone.
Oh yes, yeah. Squiggle McDeluxe says hello.
Exactly. You could do, I don't know, when you find out. Well, to be honest, here's one. You could do a video on what the tech list book is going to be about from that short article you got, and do it as if it's a trailer or an advertisement for a book. You could do an advert. You could do an advert for Games Workshop. Not that all your content practically is that with every other YouTuber. It's I think what you said once when we were talking about how to start a YouTube video when you joined me for that one, and it was essentially, how do I fall off that? Essentially, oh no, he's fallen off as well.
No, he got snagged by a
It's like when I
What a weird place for you to
like,
glitch and fall, man.
like cool. That's good. We've got a rat again, haven't we? But he's blocked. That's fine. He's blocked in the best place. I think I'm good.
You got it? Okay. I don't know. That was a weird little glitch.
Yeah, this is a weird mission, this one. I'm not gonna lie. Right, so what I'm trying to say is, if I can remember. So, when I got my new logo commissioned for the channel, and it was Nagash, after I showed off to subscribers, they said they like it. Just be careful that, doesn't get copyrighted for Games Workshop stuff. And my response to it is like, well, I can't predict anything that could happen, but like, surely I just do free advertisement for Games Workshop, so it can be okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I get messages all the time. How do you get permission to use their intellectual property for like art and stuff like that? I'm like, I just do it, and no one seems to be complaining. I was
like, just put in the comments.
At a certain point, like, I mean, there's arguments to be had about the nature of free use, and when I do stories and that kind of stuff, I am reviewing the battle tome, which is.
And like, I mean, you're not like, obviously it's not like a selling point of view, but like the reason when I do videos, you try and get people excited who want to do armies and stuff,
Oh, absolutely.
So in that way, it turns into free advertisement, but obviously not sponsored by them or anything like that.
No, my stance has always been, if they're okay with a white supremacist using their logos and information for many years, they're going to be cool with my approach to just being happy.
Apparently, I heard a certain YouTuber who maybe had a title involving the Warhammer name, and then had to be shortened because of his.
Yes. That's.
Yeah, I don't know how to put it. Just like just views we don't really need anymore in society or ever needed. Apparently, his account got hacked or something, or he got banned from YouTube, which is fun. Which is
I got him.
Oh no! Oh, was there someone in? Was there someone
there was
like
a little...
in the gateway?
Yeah, there was a little guy with a bag full of treasure.
Oh, nice. You've got any treasure to share?
I do not.
We're pretty deep pantaloons there. We're pretty deep pockets, if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He could fit 4 or 5 potions in that cod piece. There's oogles of room.
Let's have a little look. I think what I also liked about just jumping all around the place with all the news with Cursed City is that for people who want to come up with their own city, it's giving you a really good example of how you can do world building, which I think is cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it would be rad. I'm curious to see how they plan on doing expansions for it, because like, I'm cool if the whole thing takes place in one city, but giving us ways of like creating our own districts or that kind of stuff, I think would be really cool.
What about things like creating your own hideout in almost, like Vermintide, we have like that keep, which is a hideout, right? That's the sort of idea. What about if you can make something like that in the Warhammer quest, so you always come back to it, and that's like your base, and then you do like missions from there and stuff, and then with treasure you get on missions, you can then upgrade your base and everything.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I imagine there's going to be some. So in Blackstone Fortress, there was like an in-between rest space. There's like a city built into this thing. But I don't know how. I don't know. I'd love to see that concept expanded, like you were just talking about. Oh, we got 2 Chaos Warriors over here.
Lovely. I just think it'd be interesting and encourage you to keep playing it.
Absolutely. Yeah, anything that adds replay value, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like anything, isn't it? It's why I play Slaves of Darkness. It's the best value army in the whole game. Also, talking about Slaves of Darkness, I watched your, while paying up the Lovely Chaos Warriors, I watched your video yesterday called The Abandoned. Loved it.
Yes.
Absolutely loved it.
Yay! That's actually my favorite video I've done in a while.
Is it?
It was such a cool story, right? Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be just the idea of the overall when Sigma shut the gates and abandoned the people to the mortal realm, but actually focused on people from like the Soul Kingdom or something. Trying to remember it, something like that. like their Kingdom of
Yeah,
Soul or something.
yeah, Kingdom of Soul, and there's just a whole bunch of gnarly core survivors.
And it's like, he shut the gates on us. I'm going to dedicate the rest of our lives to kill all his worshippers.
Rue that guy.
But I just love how the Chaos Gods, I know like it didn't say specifically which one, but it was just like, yeah, this sounds fun. We'll give them power.
Yep.
So then they just turn on the people who are hunting them.
I feel like Warhammer Fantasy Battles had a lot more of that, where it's like the Chaos Gods do stuff just to kind of see what happens. Like, this could be fun, and they like give someone like uber powers and all these kinds of crazy things.
Yeah, it's like the story of Valkyr. Is it Valkyr? I'm trying to think. The Corn lady with the wings is Valkyr the Bloody.
Valkyr the Bloody. Yep.
Her story in Warhammer Fantasy, where basically when she pursued to try and get to the gates of chaos and the Chaos Wastes, as far as I remember it from a long time ago, she eventually got to the gates, but I think she was killed by like Slanesh demons, or like practically killed. And then actually Khorne demons came out of the gate to save her, what I thought was quite cool, and then Khorne recurated her.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's cool. And I think like, I don't want to get into the subject of, how much Age of Sigmar has changed Warhammer Fantasy and which was better and all that sort of thing, because personally I prefer Age of Sigmar now, and I think we should look at Warhammer Fantasy as just like an awesome background to Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
And they're bringing back characters as well, like Sigvald coming back, awesome model. Can't wait for that one.
Ooh. That's a lot of noise. Okay, let's see. That's what Chaos Warriors should play like. Big, scary, not some weaker marauders. Exactly, yeah. And then Willie says, wouldn't have got involved in the community at all if not for Doug. Oh, buddy, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Yeah, no, Warhammer. I don't know. I assume.
Hopefully. Don't know, there's some sort of other dark thing going on.
I mean,
I'd never joined the Blood Cult if it wasn't for Doug. But no.
Oh, man. Oh. Ooh, this is a cool place.
This looks very quiet.
Yeah,
oh, they're over there. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Kill him quicker next time. I like that.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm doing my best, dang it.
I'm sorry. We'll get. I don't know how we've got some sort of subhuman strength here, but I say that just on the second when I get killed.
Yep.
Oh, there's an assassin jumping around as well behind. Oh yeah, it's on the dwarf. Why would I reload quick enough?
Kill the fat boy. The thickness is coming. All right.
It's like when they spawn right next to you and you just stab them and kill them. It's like this time that guy went to the wrong drive-through.
There's few things as fun as just like turning slightly to your right and be like, huh, and just
and try not to make the scream too loud when you see them.
Yeah.
It's like I've got like the OCD.
Go ahead, Nagash, grab the. Oh, never mind. Somebody else beat you to it. Okay.
What I was going to say, I always got the habit of when I am in this game, I always like look behind just in case being scared and thinking there's someone there. And turns out in this game, you're right to be scared because every time you look behind, you're about to get knocked down. So I think there's there's art over here, guys. I don't know what your take is on art, but there is art over here.
Oh, good. I was just wondering. I was hoping that there would be some measure of artwork within the hellish existence of the Chaos Wastes.
I think it's needed, right? Maybe there are collectors. And we
you think that these guys are all art collectors?
I mean, going by this hanging corpse, is that not art? In its own way?
I think that for the sake of my career on YouTube, I'm not going to answer that question.
For the sake of my career, NA is my answer. Yeah. It's,
we got a question here. Does anyone have a rough idea of how the Age of Myth and the realms as we know them now existed together back in the day?
I think they were always just there, right?
Sorry, the Age of Myth Lustria.
Oh, sorry, I thought the realm of...
Yeah, Lustria was from the old world, so I don't think
What
that they
was the question,
did
sorry?
coexist.
What was the question, sorry?
Yeah, no, I'll read it here. Question: does anyone have a rough idea how the Age of Myth, Lustria, and the realms as we know them now existed together?
Yeah, so Lustria is obviously from Warhammer Fantasy, the old world. And then, well, the Age of Myth, which is the first segment of where history as we know it started in Age of Sigma. And what was the third one?
Yeah, no. So like they never coexisted together. They were
Yeah.
two very distinct timelines. Is essentially what it is. It's kind of weird because like you'll hear very established places like, oh yeah, I've heard of Lustria before, but um, it's nowhere to be found.
It's is one though. Just in case, like, what your thoughts on the top of your head, because I can't really remember exactly. Did the Mortal Realms always exist, or was it the destruction of the old world that blew apart like the winds of magic that then formed the Mortal Realms? Because I think they were always around, right?
That
I mean, that's one of the questions where like I have to try and remember sometimes, but
yeah, because here's the thing is I have no doubt that it was said at some point
they haven't mentioned
back
it.
in the day,
5
but
years.
it hasn't
5
been
years later,
revisited.
they don't
So
mention it. Oh God, that got me.
let me take a health potion real quick. That guy came at me.
He must have been standing by next to a Necromancer. Narmoil, was it those trees that make the Noggle guys run in charge in the game?
Yeah.
It turns into a spawn, doesn't it? Yeah. Just gonna back up slowly. And that is why Chaos is awesome.
Yep.
He's having a great time with you, though, isn't he?
Yeah, we're just having a blast. He's giving me a great haircut.
Yeah, I mean, like, haircut, well, especially where I am at the moment, that as anyone can see if they're watching my screen, are hard to come by. I think I'm on, like, week 13 now of no haircut, which is fine. Which is good, right? I mean, just think about all the money I've saved. All the, like, $20. But,
Exactly, yeah.
But what I will say is, I think that they were... So there's either two things, right, from what I can remember. So they either always existed, because you did have people there before Sigma came about, or they were there when the old world was destroyed, because Sigma was floating around on this core of the old world for a very long time before. So enough time for the mortal realms to be generated from the destruction of that world, and then for civilizations to be started before Sigma finds it. Before, was it Dracothian? The Star Dragon? Drake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But they haven't retconned stuff, but they have...
no, not really.
They've
actually, they've retconned very little, surprisingly.
Yeah, and I think fair to them. They've, for a 5-year-old game, brilliant. Like, I think they've done a great job. Bear in mind, Fantasy had what, 40 years or something put into it?
Something 30, I think it was 30.
Was it
30? I might be wrong about that one.
Okay, I'm sure someone else knows. But
I'm sure there's some wonderful old fan who's just like, it wasn't that long ago, and they look it up, and then they're just like sad for the rest of the
day. Wasn't that? Oh. But no, for 5 years, Age Sigma's done a good job. Like,
I've always liked the idea that the old world became the new realms of chaos. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
That is cool. I think what was left of the old world though is in the Sky of Azir, right? And it's just a core.
I guess so. When AOS first launched, and they were very, we'll say, dodgy with like hard facts. I always thought that it was all the mortal realms, like with all their respective magics. If you've ever seen like the Pink Floyd album where it's like all the lights go into a prism, that's kind of what I always thought it was, if I'm honest. Dang it. Marauder got in the way of my shot.
Oh, no.
That it's like all of the realms were feeding magic into the old world, and then when it broke, then it's just like, oh, now we have access to the realm. So it's kind of like that prism of the old world broke. And
yeah, I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah, and so that was always kind of my thought, and then I don't know. They kind of made it seem as if they've either always existed or.
A lot I know of the realms of Four Sigma is from the Beastman Battletome, which you wouldn't think is like, as someone who, let's say you haven't read it before, you wouldn't think that would be your go-to place. But
yeah, I know, it's so weird, right?
Yeah,
but it absolutely is the best source.
It was essentially like the I don't want to get history wrong, but I don't know about the Stone Age. Maybe a bit further along than that. But humanity and elves and everything else were referred to as tribes, not cities or kingdoms or towns. Or they were tribes, and Sigma showed them the light and everything like that. And then they prospered at the downfall of the Beast of Chaos, which is why the Beast of Chaos have that deep hatred for Sigma. And the interesting, like I thought about the Beast of Chaos, is that the Beast of Chaos, they don't just hate civilization because, you know, chaos needs reason. It's because they see it as order is unnatural. Everything should be wild and chaotic. And anyone to try and create, like, civilizations and false order, they're the problem. They're the unnatural thing.
See, I'm behind that.
Yeah. Well, I get it, right? I understand. And, like, their idea of, you know, might makes right. You know, like, in a very basic society, that kind of is how it works. Which I just think they... For an army that, when I read into their lore, I was kind of like, please just don't be like... Not really give me any detail and the lore just be really dry, because I thought maybe Beast of Chaos could be a bit like that. Nothing bad about Beast of Chaos, but
no, absolutely. They could have definitely done that.
Yeah, I think they actually made it one of the most interesting lore and about time I read. And admittedly, a lot of that wasn't actually talking about like, and then they didn't tell you where the Beast of Chaos came from. Like, you know,
I know
they didn't tell you their origin, and it was still really interesting. They just gave you the theories, right, from Scholars of Azir, I think. What they call it.
Yeah, no, I like that. There's like 3 Hish scholars kind of a thing. I mean, my thought when I read that was like, I just love the idea that chaos is the yin to order's yang kind of a thing, where it's like if you have one, you're gonna have the other. I was like, oh, that's depressing for our heroes.
It's like you can never have one without the other. Which
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is this one of those situations where they're just going to keep coming at us until we go through the gate, or are we actually able to fight them back?
I mean, there's one way to find out.
Oh, they're all gone. Never mind. I know, yeah. Just keep killing.
I can see. Yeah, there's a few more coming, so we'll just go. Right, I've got a hack to this bit, so you'll be happy to hear. Like, I'm sure everyone wants to see us win this game. Like, you know, unsportsmanly, like. So, are you ready for the hack?
Okay.
This is when they fixed it, haven't they? And that's just going to make me look like an idiot. But the hack is actually... So we all got to jump down here to make the... what's he called? Gracier show himself. Yep. Oh, no. Unless he's turned into... Okay, he's dead. Is that all they've got? Here, what? Oh, we're all here. Okay, so we jump down. We get him to show his face, and then we go here, and then we're back up here.
That is, that's a perfectly reasonable way to be a coward. I'm just kidding. You do whatever you want to. If you want to shoot, that's fine.
Look, the witch hunter knows the way, and this is the way.
It seems like it'd be a stellar move for...
I'm not going to lie. I mean, you're on your own down there, Doug.
I am, and I'm not worried about it. I'll try to get him to turn the other way so y'all can shoot the baby on the Bjorn.
Okay, I'll join you as soon as I run out of ammunition. Which, admittedly, is not going to be long.
Oh! I just got B-slapped 10 ways till Sunday.
Yeah, it's a brutal one, isn't it? He's got rattling guns, hasn't he, for arms, yeah.
Yep.
Why don't they make a Gracier on top of a Storm Fiend in Age of Sigma?
Oh, they got to. He's like mini Thankful. I love it.
He's brilliant, isn't he? Oh. Right, I'm going down.
Well, with that attitude, you sure are.
No, I am. When I say going down, I don't mean die. I just mean trying to.
Oh, you meant actually like playing the game?
Yeah, I mean try. I mean try not to die, but I can't really guarantee anything. You know. This is why, like, I kind of wish I lived in a pagan society still, because like, if something goes wrong, well, let me answer this question. So if something goes, let me answer this question I've asked myself. So if something goes wrong, I've been watching a lot of Vikings, you see, on Amazon. So if something goes wrong, you can just go, it is how the gods foresaw it. This is how the gods planned it. Which means I can never be accountable for any of my actions, which is a great way to live in society, right?
Yes,
I do sure really appreciate you, sort of, Monster, for trying to get me up, and I know you've taken a lot of damage doing that, so thank you.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm about to go down. just want to point out.
Well, the sad news is I'm not super far behind you.
I just want to point out, if we die, I had a great way to do this.
Yes. If we lose, I want everyone to know, Age of Nagash, he is the true winner. He understands the game.
And Death wins, which really is the end.
He's playing 4D chess over here.
Yep.
Oh, hey, we got him.
We got him, yes.
Revive.
Oh, boy. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. Are we all down? No, the Bright Wizard is up.
No, Flying Irish is the only one left. That was a heck of a shot.
I thought we were done. Honestly, don't risk your life saving me. Save everyone else first.
What a douche.
Oh, God, did you see that coming? I mean, like, I have not got a lot of health.
Ah!
Oh, there's Plague Monks. Oh, no. Oh, no. Am I still alive? Don't tell me. Oh, we're the only ones left. Ah. We're the only ones left, Doug.
Maybe?
Yeah. Oh, I'm down. I'm gone, but I've got the Bright Wizard up. Doug, don't die.
I'm not. I got Flying Irish. He came in clutch last time.
Oh no.
Oh, he's
behind
down
you,
again.
Wizard, behind you. Doug, it's all on you. It's all on you. Everything's on you. Don't die.
Son of a gun. Oh. Nope, that's it.
I will. All right. Do you know what I will say? You die doing a nice act. You die doing a nice act.
Yeah. Wait, where are you at? Your bar was green.
Oh, I'm dead. Like,
oh, weird. Okay.
I was the first one to die. But what I will say is that you realised that you were probably going to die, so you thought you might as well die looking like you sacrificed yourself, which is a fair fair point. That's cool. We've got special kills, which is pretty cool. Special K. Cool. And I think that will be a wrap, won't it?
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. But hey, thank you for joining me. I'm so glad I got all y'all on here, that we were able to get Flying Irish and Sonomancer on here. I'm going to go ahead and just say, go ahead and check out these guys' channels, obviously, Age of Nagash, for all of your Nagash-biased news.
Nagash-biased news. I give you convincing reasons to play armies and buy things you shouldn't, so there we go.
And then Sonomancer for awesome music, because he, like I said before, he helped with the channel intro. So let's see. Somebody asked if I would stream about the FAQ. Let me read it, and then I will put some thoughts together for you. But,
I'll just say that I'll probably be doing that if anyone's interested.
Yeah. Go ahead, check it out if you want. What is probably a similar opinion, but said in a cool British accent. Go over to Age of Nagash and
my sexy voice that you said makes me unresistible to women, I believe.
Yep. So okay, friends, thank you all so much, and I'll catch you all soon. And happy wargaming.
See you guys later.